It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, before you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, before you done. Move sticks, first down, you better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, full down, couldn't reach it, man, you score about to lose it. Go ahead and face the beat, flip the point, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn the motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. First down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, okay, and that's the ass. When you done, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's the ass. When you done, yeah, you know what it is. Underground School Show, baby. It's the underground, yeah. Now, man, it's your host, Filthy Rich in the house. You see the phone number 412-407-2744. Call us to the show, baby. We live. Oh, it's the underground. You know what it is. Call in, talk your sports, talk your shit. Yeah, I got my man with me once again. The Jedi legend, Obi-Wan. What's up, my boy?
What's good, my brother?
Yeah. You know it's the underground. You know what we do around here. We talk that NFL. We talk that fantasy. You know what I mean? It's that time of year for us. We'll get into that basketball and all that good stuff later. But, hey, look, real quick. Start the live off. Hey, look, we going to do it because it's underground sports all the way down.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about LeBron getting in the game with his son? Father to father, or just a fan, a sports fan? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Because that's what everybody's talking about.
You know what? I read that they wasn't going to play, Bronny with LeBron. And then it shocked me that they played them together. So, for a father-son duo like that, that's historic.
That was tight, man. I kind of was mad I missed it live, for real, because it was kind of sweet when I seen them getting the game together. A lot of people was there, I'm sure. A lot of people wanted to see that. I heard he shot a brick or something like that. I don't know if dude was hating or not, but he didn't score. But, hey, I seen him throw a couple passes to his son, and it was cool, man. You ain't seen nothing like it. Basically something you say you seen in your lifetime. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I say just like that.
No hate from me at all. You know what I mean? Hey, people get their kids jobs every day, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right,
but hey, yeah. It's Thursday night, man, and this game just ended up. You know what I mean? This game, Thursday night football, we had the Rams defeat we thought mighty Minnesota Vikings, and they just a little less mighty today. You know what I mean? It's Thursday night. Quick turnover from their loss. The Rams, I'm going to let you say what you said about the Rams, man. I'm going to leave that part up to you unless you don't remember. But I'm going to leave that to you. How you feel about that game, man? You said you was following it. I seen most of it. It's bits and pieces of it. I was going back and forth with the Pitt game. But yeah, man, I seen enough. 28-20. I don't think the game might not always be over. How you feel about that?
I think they're getting back together. They're getting healthy.
Yeah.
That running game is on Excalibur mode. I mean, Kyren Williams is an insane monster. He's going to run. He's going to get 100 yards. He's scoring a touchdown every single game.
True story.
Whether it's rush rushing or receiving. Tonight, I think he scored his first receiving.
True.
If I'm looking at the stats correctly, that he did. But yeah, you know, Matthew Stafford, on the other flip side of that, he's been playing suspect. He really ain't been putting up numbers like that fantasy-wise, but surprisingly, they've been winning. I thought Minnesota, just like what you just said a second ago, that Minnesota was going to come in this game and really dominate on their defensive side, but they really didn't.
Sure didn't. Sure didn't. And I was waiting for you to say how on the other day's show, on Tuesday's show, you were saying that
Minnesota looking dominant.
Right.
They're looking like, okay, like that division is like right out of the chamber. And now they're looking a little bit suspect. You know, that made me close my mouth up and like, oh, wait.
Right. But no, another thing you said, though, on the opposite side of that, I asked you at the end of the show, no, at the beginning of the show, I'm lying. At the very beginning of the show, I asked you who was your teams that had a losing record, but you still thought they were a good team. And
The Rams.
you said the Rams, and the other team was you remember the other team? I couldn't remember the other team. I know I remember the Rams because I knew they played the next day. You know what I mean? And I agree with you on the Rams. I was saying that from the beginning of the years. I thought the Rams was kind of one of my squads, for real. But yeah, their record wasn't good. They was 2-4 before the game, and came out there and won this game, man. You remember the other team you said?
I'm sitting here chasing I'm chasing
I
my
can't
brain
remember
right now,
either.
trying to find-
I can't remember.
Yeah. I'm trying to chase my brain and to remember.
But it was, I know I said the Bengals, and one of my teams was the Bengals, and I want to say I agree with you with the Rams. And yeah, Bengals and Rams was mine. But anyway, off to the rest of the week. Since the Rams jumped out and took Minnesota's heart, I mean, what you think was up with Minnesota? You think they was just tired from the loss and they had a quick week? Or is Minnesota, like you said, looking a little, I guess you said it already, looking a little suspect, making the division looking a little weaker than we thought it was?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're getting exposed. I think Detroit exposed them Sunday.
That's
or
possible.
Last week.
Very possible.
Or if not, they didn't expose them, and that Detroit is really just that team.
Yeah. Yeah,
that
that's
should
true.
not be possible to be undefeated.
Very
It's
true.
all good.
Yeah, that defense let them down today, man. They pretty much let Matt Stafford go up and down the field. Couldn't stop him. And lost pretty much a mini shootout. You know what I mean? The score wasn't too high, but if you watch the game, both teams were running up and down the field. I seen it in the first half. Whoever got the first stop was going to win the game. And the Rams got the first stop of the game in like the second quarter and pretty much won the game. Pretty much won the game.
And then Mr. MVP. We'll leave that alone.
Sam Darnold.
No.
Who you
Jared
talking?
Goff.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we'll leave that alone right now. All right, yeah. All right, so next up, man, look here. I want to go over some statistics real quick. It's the beginning of week 8, almost halfway through the season, so I think it's a good time to look at some stat leaders. We was talking about at the end of last show, we was talking about MVPs, and I figured we just look at some stats and see who's doing what.
Okay.
All right. So, offensive leaders, leading and passing. You know who leading the league in passing?
Let me guess, Jared Goff?
No, he's not even in the top 5, and that's crazy, right?
Oh, what you saying? I'm gonna answer your question right now. I'm sorry.
Right.
Baker Mayfield.
He's close. He's about 100 yards short right now of about 140 yards short of Geno Smith.
Yep, you're right.
Geno Smith is leading the league in passing. That's crazy. Off the top of your head, you definitely wouldn't think that. But I peeped that stat a couple weeks ago, and he's been up there for a while. I mean, he's been pretty much leading it all year. Baker Mayfield's 2. Brock Purdy's 3. That's your boy right there. He's slinging the pill. He's definitely slinging it. Everybody's hurt right now, but we'll get to that later. Kirk Cousins is in 4th place. That's what makes me always think Atlanta's a good team. And Lamar Jackson in 5th place with 18-10. So he's on pace to throw for 4,000 yards. All of these quarterbacks is pretty much on pace to throw for 4,000 yards. They all almost got 2,000 yards with 1 game left at the halfway point. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking at. You notice we don't see 5,000 yard quarterbacks no more. We ain't seen that in a while. As much as we praise these new quarterbacks for being so good, and there's so many great quarterbacks, Drew Brees was throwing for 5 stacks.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was getting up there with 5 stacks. You know what I mean? Peyton Manning was throwing 4,500. Who else?
Sitting up there throwing in the $4,000.
Who? Philip? Who?
Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, he probably was.
Mm-hmm.
Probably was. I thought who did I think you was saying? Somebody else came in my head from, 10, 15 years ago when they had another quarterback batch, the last generation. Yeah, they was slinging it. All right, let's get to the rushing though, because this is interesting.
Got it.
This is interesting. Top 5 guys in rushing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, who you think number 1 is?
Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty obvious. Derrick Henry sitting at number 1 at 873 yards. There's a huge margin at number 2, but it's Jordan Mason from the San Francisco 49ers that tells you that pretty much whoever the 49ers put in there, not to disrespect their running backs, because they also know how to pick a running back. You know what I mean? But Jordan Mason sitting at 667. Saquon Barkley sitting at 658. Josh Jacobs sitting at 540. And to round it up, I'm going to let you do the honors. Chuba Hubbard sitting at 537, which is pretty much equal to Josh Jacobs. Chuba Hubbard's climbing up the ladder, man. I wonder who's really paying attention, though. I know you are. No questions asked.
I'm going to tell you right now, I got to say this right now. He's climbing up the ladder, and they're going to feed him the rock so much more because either he's going to be a potential trade, which is the deadline is this week, right?
Right.
Which I don't see them trading him this week. So
no, they better not do that. He's everything they got on offense.
Right. They probably trade him at the end of the season. If not, they might sign a contract and give him an extension. Who knows? But he's a monster.
Yeah. He's a beast. He was a beast in college. How many years he been on y'all squad? About 5? 4?
Oh, I want to say 3 years.
3 years? I feel like 4. But
I know you do. I think it's more 3 because we had. How long has it been since Carolina has traded? They traded Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly, because he was Christian McCaffrey's backup for a while, wasn't he? And then he still backed up Deontay Foreman for a while, right? Ain't that his name?
Deontay Foreman. Yep, you're right. No,
he backed up McCaffrey and Foreman. So it might be about 4 years, though. But yeah, man, Chuba Hubbard, shout out to Chuba Hubbard, man. I always liked Chuba Hubbard coming out of college. I remember when they got him, I was thinking he was going to be the man right away, and it took him a while. It was never because of him. It was always because they never gave him the ball. I don't know if you agree with that, but he just never got the ball enough for me. I thought he was always sweet. But he's definitely shining this year. I mean, Derrick Henry's kind of running away with it, though. But, hey, shout out to Chuba Hubbard, man. Receiving, number 1.
All right.
You want to pick that one out your head?
No, 3 years. Just to go back, Chuba Hubbard, it's 3 years.
Is this his 3rd season?
Yeah, he got drafted in the 4th round.
What year?
126 picks.
What year?
2021.
Okay. All right, 3 years. Well, hey, still, he's definitely getting a shine on.
Yeah, he is that.
And I thought he was nice from the door. You know what I mean?
God, Lee, he surprised me. He came out. But you want to know something? No, I gotta say this real quick.
No, go ahead.
He is not a catcher out of the backfield like Christian McCaffrey was.
Hold on.
You can
Baby, spill my drink. What you mean?
He can't catch the ball for nothing.
Oh.
I feel like they can't catch the ball for shit.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was a cancer. You say he can't catch. Can't catch.
Catch for nothing.
Okay.
But it's terrible. That is terrible because that's the reason. Like, if you notice, they don't pass it to him. And when they do, oh boy, you better catch it. Talk to me.
No doubt. All right. So receivers, you want to pick who's first? Off the top.
Boy,
Off the top of your head.
I got his jersey on my wall. Number 1, Jamar Chase.
You cheating. You probably looking at it. But that's what's up. Yeah. Say again?
Yeah, I am. Let's run it.
Okay. Jamar Chase at 6'20". Chris Godwin at 5'76". DK Metcalf at 5'68". Nico Collins been hurt for a couple weeks, and he's still at 5'67". And, of course, Justin Jefferson bringing up the rear at 5'31". They all pretty close, man. I keep saying Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the league, but these other dudes is hanging this year.
That narrative right now is going to change tonight because Justin Jefferson, he put up what?
Yeah, I wonder
15 yards.
I wonder if this is current. Yeah, I wonder how current that is. I think that might be counting tonight. I ain't really sure. Yeah, if it is, that he's still in 5th place. He should be a little higher than that if they put him in there already, but they might have. All right. Those are offensive leaders. Defensive leaders. All right, we're just going to go over the tackles for the defensive leaders. Zaire Franklin with 76 total tackles. Your boy. Roquan Smith with 74. Jermaine Pratt from Cincinnati with 71. And Logan Wilson from Cincinnati with 71. And Dorian Williams. That's the linebacker I like out of Buffalo. Dorian Williams, man. He's only in there because of injury, but he's been balling, man. Balling. If you peep him, I think he's like number 42. When you watch the Bills, look out for number 42. And those defensive players, man, that's big impact on fantasy football.
Yeah, I know. You just said my number 1 and my number 2 defensive players.
No doubt. If you play Yahoo Fantasy, the defensive players, man, that's important. That's important. Now, my ESPN league, we don't even have defenders like that, but I like that. I like the way Yahoo do it with the defenders in there. I wish fantasy football, tell me if this is a bad idea or not. I don't know if I've ever ran this across you before.
Okay.
But wouldn't it be sweet if they added offensive line to fantasy football? Just to add a new element since we've been doing it this way for so long. I mean, I thought that adding the defenders in there was a good element when I moved to Yahoo. But I think all fantasy football should add offensive line. Stuff like
Pancakes?
Not only pancakes, because that's kind of hard to. I mean, you can count up the pancakes, and that's cool. That's a decent little stat. But even a receipt once a running back or once the rushing team gets over 50 yards rushing, maybe you get a point. Once you get to 100 yards rushing, you get so many points. Even your offensive line get 2 points for a touchdown. You know what I mean? Because in real football, the offensive line, that's how you moving the ball. Say you don't give up no sacks, just like the defense, right? On defense, if you get a shutout, you get a whole bunch of extra points for that, right?
Yeah.
So what about if an offensive line don't give up a sack all game? Ain't that part of football? Ain't that part of protecting your quarterback? Ain't that part of making your team better? Ain't that part of your quarterback throwing for 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns?
I like what you just said.
I think that would be a decent little easy element to add to the game that would just make it, just to change something. It's just been a while since fantasy football had a little shift to it.
If you did that, I gotta shut you down. If you did that, you be adding penalties, which we already have in fantasy.
What you mean
That
by?
would sit up here. Okay, you think about it. All right, so you know they're gonna grade them on pancakes and offensive, blocking and this and that. All right, but what about the penalties that the quarterbacks already received for like interception, the running backs receive for fumbles, and the quarterbacks and everybody else on offense receive for fumbles. So think about the fact is that the holding calls, the false starts, will that affect? Will they put that in play?
I think you have to leave. You have to leave stuff like that out.
They honestly really do put that in play. You do lose points.
Where?
It's in your defense.
Nah.
I've seen it somewhere, but you absolutely lose the points. But no, that would not be a good idea because offensive linemen cost more penalties, and I'm saying it and I'm seeing it just like how the way it is.
What do penalties got to do with fantasy football though?
Okay, all right. The only thing that an offensive lineman can contribute to is being acknowledged as a receiver on the field. Then you gotta think about this. All right, so is those points gonna go towards the tight ends? Because they are blockers too. They are offensive linemen.
That's part of the offensive line. You just pick a team. You just pick a team like the defense. Not pick a player, okay? You don't pick a player. You pick the whole offensive line, just like you pick the whole defense, and you do it like that. Not by the player.
Do you want to do it like that?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Now, right there, I agree with you, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm feeling you. Yeah, that's why I had to throw that. I got that vibe that you was like, talking about individual. When you start talking penalties and all that, I'm like, man, you talking about individual players? Nah. I'm talking about just like you pick your defensive team and you get points. And like I said, say you don't give up a sack, and you keep those points. But as soon as you give up a sack, you lose those 30 points, 20 points, whatever you set it at. You know what I mean?
You just said it right there.
Right. No doubt. So that I just think that's what they need to implement just to make it something new. It should have been in there. I don't think that's cool. But sack leaders got to go over the sacks, right? You got Dexter Lawrence for the New York Giants sitting at 9 sacks. I didn't know that. And I heard number 2, this Will McDonald dude from the New York Jets. He got 8 sacks. I seen when he got a sack against the Steelers, and they was like, he's got 8 sacks. I'm like, dang. 8 sacks already, that's decent. Aiden Hutchinson got 77.5 sacks. He's hurt though. Cal Van Noy for Baltimore got 7 sacks, and Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati got 7 sacks, man. So yeah, man, sack leaders. It ain't a whole bunch of big names that you know. Whoa.
Right. Let me get them NIT.
Okay, here we go.
NIT.
Interceptions.
Okay.
Woo. You got it?
He got 5. He's number 1.
The truth.
He got Humphrey. Baltimore. He got 4. You got Joseph. He's number 2. Well, they tied. You got 2, 3 tied at number 2, and then basically D-Jack.
Yeah.
My brother, D-Jack.
He get hurt every game. You ain't lie about that though. But he don't get hurt. He just be rolling around.
He get burnt sometimes, but gosh, man.
He didn't get burnt yet for us.
Ooh,
but see,
can we get to this matchup? Can we get to the matchup? Because I'm ready to talk about your team.
Oh, okay. All right. You hold it in. All right, give me a second, man. Look, hey, we're going to take a quick pause. I'm going to be right back when we get to the games, all right?
Right. right.
All right, give me one second. I'll be right back. All right, bet.
So now that we're live, we're going to keep everything going. I'm going to tell you one of the most best drinks out there on the planet. When it comes down to you want to have a beer, I know Billy Williams said it best. Coke 45 was off the chain. Now, Coke 45, you can't find those Harley 2 wear anymore. So, you need a replacement? Milwaukee's best ice is off the chain. It will keep you mellow. It will keep you knowledgeable. It will keep you going. It's the best beer on the planet.
Nigga, what is you got a commercial going?
So we're going to keep it back going to the game.
All right, hold up, man. What was you talking about? I just got back.
No, I know. I was doing a commercial. Have fun.
All right, you ain't gonna get no free advertisement, bruh. Got you some free advertisement in.
I didn't get a free advertisement.
All right, so let's go. Hold up. Let me go back. We get to that. Games, bro. I had to get my water, man. My throat was dry as hell.
What? You been doing a lot of talking like this, sir?
So,
let's get it.
yeah, we got some. They gave us a couple games this week, man. A couple storylines that I like that ain't everybody paying attention to or whatever like that. We got some good teams matching up. It ain't what it was last week, in my opinion, but still, I think it's a good betting week this week, man. A good week to play some fantasy football for some money. So we're gonna talk about that. But first game up, we got the Bills and the Seahawks, baby. Bills been playing well. Just got Amari Cooper. Seahawks kind of surprised me, but not really. I wasn't sleeping on them like that. Jumped up on the Atlanta Falcons last week and knocked them off in a real respectful way to themselves. And we got us a little matchup here, man. What you feel about it?
Yeah, that's a scary matchup right there for the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say, like what I just said. It's a scary matchup for the Bills. Alright, so, okay. You got DK Metcalf.
True.
And you got Tyler Lockett.
He's a little banged up, though.
Huh?
DK Metcalf.
Who do I got?
No, I was saying DK Metcalf's a little banged up. I'm hoping he can play, but go ahead.
Alright, so that's a scary game. And I'm going to just keep it really fast because we've got a lot to go through. The Bills Seahawks, that's a scary game for the Bills.
Truth.
Who's at home, I would say first, I think it's the Seahawks.
Well, yeah, the second team I say is always the home team. The second team I say is always the home team. So it's Bills and the Seahawks. The Seahawks is at home.
So it's not really anything that you can say about it. It's going to be a close matchup. I'll say it like that. It's a very close matchup. I mean, you got Josh Allen that really has nobody to really he can throw to, but he throws to somebody. If not, he'll run it himself. Then on the flip note, you got the Seahawks offense is just like performing on so many underrated levels that I don't know. I just can't say it. It just blows my mind that how the way the Seahawks use. Like we just said it just a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
That who is leading in passing yards?
True story. That was my key to going over that first. That was my key to going over that first because we was going over this game right here.
What's your point of view about it?
My look at it is, first of all, it's the Bills traveling. Hold on. It's the Bills traveling to the Seahawks, and that's dangerous enough right there. When teams go west, there's always an effect of that jet lag and stuff like that, man. The Steelers lose out west a lot. That's a long trip all the way out there. You never know what the weather's going to be like. Could be raining or whatever. You know, it always raining in Seattle, they say. And, yeah, man, the Bills is like you said. I agree with you. The Bills is in for one. But they do got Amari Cooper. So they finally got Josh Allen a weapon. Geno Smith is slinging it. I can't really remember what DK Metcalf's injury was, but I'm hoping he can play because I want to see a good game. You know what I mean? I'm hoping he can play. That's their biggest chance to win, though. They need a healthy DK Metcalf, but man, this is a toss-up right here. That's why this is the first game I'm talking about, because this is a good QB matchup. The Seahawks defense played better than I thought they was against Kirk Cousins, but Josh Allen is a bigger threat to them. So I think the Bills can still top these boys, man. But they catch the jet lag, Seahawks gonna get them. You know what I mean? Because they've been playing well. They got 2 running backs too. They got 2 running backs, man. Yeah. They got Charbonnet and they got Walker. He's finally healthy. So yeah, the Seahawks are trying to prove it, man. They're trying to win that division because the 49ers are slipping. We get to that in a minute, man. Next game up is another team we was talking about. I was saying the Bengals is one of my sleeper teams who I think got a losing record, who's better than the record says they are, and they go up against the mighty Eagles. And the Eagles are in Cincinnati, and they also need a statement win. They also need a win against a team that is actually talented, that people respect. They respect Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts needs to get a win like this. What you feel about it?
Alright, so you just hit me up with what you said earlier in the video. That what was the other team that I was choosing?
Okay.
It was actually Bengals, and I agree with you, and you agree with me, and you probably might want to go back and look at that video because that was the team that you did agree with me on.
I thought so.
In the Rams,
right.
The Bengals.
Okay.
And so when I'm looking at what they got, the calibers and everything, you said a whole mouthful of what you just said. So I can actually back you up on that. Now, I want to look up this right here. It's a hard, tough schedule for the Bengals on this game right here. It's a hard, tough schedule.
Okay.
I mean, Philadelphia's got a coach that's really trying to hold on to ground and keep his job because Jeffrey Lurie is like, he'll fire your ass if you ain't doing right in the 2 years.
Quick.
And if you don't win the Super Bowl multiple years, we don't give a fuck about you. So, Jeffrey Lurie is the type of individual that's going to please the crowd. That's what he wants.
Yeah, it's Philly too. You got to please the crowd.
Exactly. And Philadelphia is that high-end venue that you got, okay, Italian. He's right here. He's the head coach in Philadelphia. So, boy, all that bullshit. The truth of the matter is that Philadelphia will most likely win this game because Saquon Barkley is having a very phenomenal season, considering that he's left and always had a good season when he was with the Giants. He actually kept the team going.
Facts.
But now he's back home, so you got to keep that as a watchdog eye.
The bank. I agree with you somewhat, especially with the Saquon Barkley thing, man. The Bengals is definitely suspect on defense.
They are.
They've been getting scored on a lot.
It's just a bad, favorable matchup with these guys right now. They don't want to. They didn't need to see a team like Philadelphia that's going to have a scrambling quarterback, and now you're getting you got AJ Brown back, and then we don't know the outcome of whether what's his name's going to be healthy this week. So I think he's still questionable.
Who's that?
With that said in mind, that's still a very scary. They were just in the Super Bowl last year, wasn't they?
2 years ago. 2 years ago, they lost their Chiefs too.
They lost to the Chiefs too.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave it like.
Both of these teams done lost to the Chiefs in the Super. No, Cincinnati lost to the Rams. Eagles lost to the Chiefs, but still, yeah, both of these teams been in the Super Bowl in recent history. Cincinnati Bengals, like I said, trash on defense so far. I believe defense is one of them things you can get together, though. I don't really like Philadelphia's offense at all, schematically, but they got weapons that make it work. With A.J. Brown being healthy, Devontae Smith being healthy, the tight end, what's the tight end's name? He be lighting it up. Running back, of course, you said this first. Saquon Barkley been lighting it up. So, Cincinnati, that's what they got to worry about. But Cincinnati's with the shootout shit. You know what I mean? Cincinnati's with the shootout shit. So, your defense, we talking about how bad Cincinnati's defense is. Philadelphia's defense ain't as bad, but they haven't lived up to the standard where they're supposed to be. And that's why they 4-2 in a way. And that's not a bad record, though.
I'm going to put it to you like this. The Philadelphia Eagles defense is not a top
10?
7.
They're not?
They may be in the top 10. I give them 2 in the top 10. I give them 2 in the top 10.
Definitely in the top 15, though.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what they are, but yeah, I would guess that they're definitely in the top 15, or they should. Talent-wise, they should be in the top 10.
Yeah. All right.
So if they have a good day, man, yeah, I kind of think the Eagles should have a decent day against Cincinnati, man. That's going to be a good game. That's something we're going to want to see right there. Next game up, man. Look, we're going to talk about this one, man, because you said the NFC South was nasty. Everybody's nasty. Well, you ain't nasty, but it's only getting nastier because the Buccaneers is demolished, man. Everybody's hurt. Once again, Mike Evans is out. I think Godwin looked like he's out for the season. There ain't no more receivers. They don't have a great tight end or anything like that. Running back by committee, like you said, they're getting a little better right there. They're going to have to lean on that, you ask me. And the Falcons coming off of a loss. So both these teams coming off of a loss. It's in Tampa Bay. Back-to-back home games. What you think, man? Who's going to win this duel? You got Baker Mayfield. You got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins still got all his weapons. It's on you.
Alright, so look. Baker Mayfield can be a late, small candidate, even though his turnover ratio versus his touchdown ratio was pretty decent. He's not turning the ball over that much. Last game he had 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like I said to you in the last video we had, that the whole NFC South is trash.
You said it.
I mean, I couldn't even really tell you who can win this game. And, it could be the Buccaneers, it could be the Falcons. Now the Buccaneers, the Falcons, they're like a mirror team. I'd say this like this: the Buccaneers are at home, but the Falcons could come in there and still win.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
That's exactly. It's basically freaking even.
Yeah, this is even.
And when I look at it in my eyes, that's freaking even.
I wouldn't bet no money on this game right here.
Huh?
I wouldn't bet on this game right here. Because like you said, anybody can win this game right here.
Exactly.
And
anybody can win this game.
Yeah.
If I was to lean to who would win, I probably just said it a second ago that Falcons could come into the Tampa Bay and steal the game.
Okay, so
just because of their defense.
Just because of their defense?
Yep. But both teams got good defenses on both sides.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're both mirror teams. But right now, you said it a second ago that the Buccaneers got some injuries. However, they got a running back by committee type thing. Bijan Robinson is a dominant force for the Falcons. The Falcons don't have any wide receivers. They ain't got nobody worth that 2 damn six passing to. I sit there and I seen these guys play in action, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot that Kirk Cousins was the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Sitting out and watching this cat.
Right.
And didn't do too much. It was, never mind. I could lean about 1.5% to the Falcons.
Right.
Actually win this by 3 points.
I'm feeling you on that. We'll make our final decision when they get this Sunday or something like that. But yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. We got supposedly a Young Guns game. I don't know if you know, but I'm sure you do because y'all played the Commanders played the Panthers last week, and we got the Bears versus the Commanders on Sunday. And something big happened in that game, which didn't happen. It's big news that Jaden Daniels messed up his ribs a little bit.
Yeah.
So he might not be playing in this game, and the sad part about it is this, to me, would be game of the week if he was 100% healthy. Easily.
Right.
Instead, we talking about it in 4th place. Okay? It's just my ranking, though. You know what I mean? But instead, we talking about it in 4th place. By Sunday, it could be back in first place. But when you bust up your ribs, man, at quarterback, I mean, you can still, if you get hit, you might be hurt for the season. Yeah, man. Do they want to just sit them and save them and not get him hurt for a long season? But they're going to take the luster away from this premium matchup. You got the number 1 pick versus the number 2 pick, and they both balling. And they both got their team got winning records. One team is at the top of the division, one team is at the bottom of the division, but they still 4-2. And I think it'll be sad if Jaden Daniels don't play. I'm not much of a football fan that I really want to see that. You know what I mean? What you think about it, bro?
Alright, so you said it, you said it a second ago when you said save him. I'd save him for this game because it's like this. Alright, you're playing against a favorable matchup and the Bears, and this is like I said last week. The best division in the NFL is the NFC North.
True.
And I can't make that up. So, with going in mind with that set of mind, I have to say the Washington Redskins got a slight more better defense than the Chicago Bears. And a lot of people, fantasy-wise, got both of their defenses.
True.
Because they need one of them out there to pick up on fantasy.
True.
But I would say Washington's defense is a little bit more better. And coming off the win of like what they just came up of, they're feeding off them losing their quarterback.
Yeah.
And it'll be only one time that they'll sit him down. And Marcus Mariota played a damn hell of a good ass game last week.
He did.
You know, in former first round, was he the second, third, something like that.
He can get the job done.
Yeah. Yes.
He can get the job done.
Right. With that offensive line, with how the way things are clicking, they got a running game. This could be the re-emergence of Marcus Mariota for this game right here.
True.
For this game. So, I will put my hands on right now Washington. And I'm going to leave it at that, and I ain't going back. I mean that you're going to continue to do your thing, sir.
Washington all the way, huh? With the backup quarterback in the game. No Caleb Williams going to be the hero today. The game is in Washington. That's a 4:25 game, so we might get to see that up here. Washington's pretty close. Y'all should be watching that in Carolina, unless y'all play at 4:25. But yeah, man, this is a dandy of a game, no matter what. And I think Mariota can hold it down too, man. And Washington at the crib, at least they're at home. It's a smart idea. You got the right idea, man. Sitting down, saving. You're at the top of the division. The division ain't weak though, because the Philadelphia Eagles on your ass. But
that part,
you don't want him to be gone for the whole season, man. It's a tough decision, but the ribs, and he's a small dude. I don't know, which you probably right about that one, bro. All right, we're going to move on. Because I was going to talk about this one before that one, but I kept it in order, man. But two legendary teams right here, man. Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, man. Two legendary NFL iconic teams. Rematch of huge NFC championships that used to feel like the Super Bowl. Because when these dudes played back in the day in the 80s, it was like everybody knew this was the real Super Bowl. You know what I mean? When they played in the 80s and even in the early 90s, whoever won between San Francisco and the Cowboys was about to win the Super Bowl when the NFC was just dominant. And so this is going to be a beautiful classic matchup on television in San Francisco. Both teams need to win desperately, man. Both teams got injuries. Cowboys got injuries on defense. San Fran got all their injuries on offense. It's on you, my boy.
I would say like this right here. Real fast. Now, the San Francisco 49ers may be injured on a plethora of players. We don't have time to sit back and talk about how many injuries they got. They're just paying people for being injured. Just put it like that.
True.
However, on the flip, no. They have Joe Montana the third.
Right.
And a lot of people don't really see that.
Right.
Now, going to the Cowboys, yes. But the 49ers are really on the Cowboys for like the last couple of years, like regular season, playoffs,
True.
you name it.
True.
It's just like the Cowboys cannot get back to them.
They got better coaching.
No hate in my heart for Jerry Jones and what he has done to that organization.
Right.
At all. I don't think the man is being racist. He's just being real.
Okay.
That is the truth. My thing is that I said it when they first drafted my boy out of, what was it? Mississippi? No, not Mississippi State. Texas A&M.
Right.
The sad thing about it is that Dak Prescott is never going to be that type of a quarterback, and the hindrance to the Cowboys is that they have a quarterback in Dak Prescott that's been like a quarterback in a lot of other quarterbacks that I can name real fast, like Donovan McNabb,
Yeah.
like Randall Cunningham, if you see where I'm coming at with that, like Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
The only one that skips away is Patrick Mahomes. So therefore, the Dallas Cowboys do not have a Patrick Mahomes. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Patrick Mahomes that came out of Texas A&M. But to keep it going,
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. That's right. It was Texas Tech. So I'm looking at the Cowboys as like they don't really have a running game. Dak and their top receiver is not on the same page. He's passing more to a damn tight end. I was talking to my brother earlier. He said, "Oh yeah, the Cowboys is gonna walk all over fucking the 49ers because the 49ers are injured up." I said, "No, the hell not. Look, the Cowboys ain't got no defense.
Right.
So who's gonna help who out? I mean, Dak Purdy can pass it to any damn body. It doesn't matter."
Yeah, and they gonna run the ball too.
Right, they got a tight offense. You just said that they're going running back is number 2 in the league in rushing.
And he was hurt for a couple games.
Right, that part. So who's hurt?
Huh?
Who's hurt?
Mason, the guy
I
that's.
was saying, who's hurt?
You say who?
Dallas.
Oh, yeah. On defense. I think.
Offense and the offensive line is terrible. Like I said, I'll say it again. They ain't got no dang on running game.
Yeah, they don't.
He got kicked and brung Ezekiel Elliott back in the end. He said that he ain't showed a damn thing.
And they
ain't
still.
got touchdown on defense.
They still ain't found a number. They still ain't found a number 2 receiver. They can't do that to save their life.
Not at all.
You can't even draft a number 2 receiver. I mean, come on now.
They didn't trade away half of their offensive linemen or let them walk. That's why they slept.
So it sounds like
the offensive line back days was off the chain. Come on, man. Anybody can run behind that offensive line back in the day. Last year they could.
Right. Well, yeah, I agree with you, man. San Fran gonna pound down on them boys, especially since they know they out of receivers.
Yeah.
they still got George Kittle who they can throw the ball to, and so that means you got to run the ball to set up George Kittle. Yeah, man, that's what they're going to do, and the Cowboys just got to outshine the San Francisco 49ers with their offense. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb going to have a day.
And the Cowboys are hurt on defense. Micah Parsons out. Micah Parsons.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get to. Micah Parsons, not only him, DeMarcus Lawrence or whatever, play defensive end, he's been hurt too. I think he's still out. He had a big injury. So yeah, even though this is a classic matchup that we used to be in, great players on these teams, it ain't on Sunday. I mean, except for the quarterback matchup. So that's why I just think it's going to turn into a quarterback duel. Dak Prescott, he got his man, CeeDee Lamb, and Brock Purdy's going to have to work with George Kittle in that running game.
He's suspect. CeeDee Lamb kind of suspect. He don't really get open like that.
I mean,
separation.
It's tough when you don't got a running game and you don't got a number 2 receiver. You got 3 number 3s.
Worse for a person that can't get open. Then imagine that.
They still won't give him the ball. But all right, last one on the list, man, for my games of the week. You got the Dolphins. Well, I'm sorry, you got the Cardinals versus the Dolphins. Dolphins is at the crib. But the key to this game is Tua. Tua's supposed to be coming back from his headache. A lot of people saying he shouldn't take another headache. A lot of people saying he need to wear a Guardian helmet. But he says he's not going to wear a Guardian helmet. And football is life to him. And that's why he's returning to football. But you got a little man on the other side for the Cardinals that ain't trying to hear all that, man. He's trying to win a game, trying to come down here and upset the Cardinals. They haven't really said if Tua's going to play, but he fully practiced today. You think Tua's going to be up to the bidding of beating on the Cardinals, because the Cardinals are coming off the win. They got talent on offense. James Conner back there. You got Harrison Jr. coming back. What you think, bro?
I say it like this right here. The Cardinals got too much going on.
Cardinals got too much going on.
Yeah, I like that. I like what they got going on.
Oh, they that way. Okay. Me too. It was one of my little sleeper picks at the beginning of the year.
Right. That last week's game against the Chargers, right? Now, okay. I give respect to little brother Harbaugh coming back.
Right.
But you lose 17-13 on Monday night to the Cardinals.
Yeah, it wasn't
right.
good.
You just gave that team right there a lot of motivation to say, okay, we got a short quarterback too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a little quarterback too. Just like the Panthers. But still, they won. Coming into this favorable matchup with them and the Dolphins, and you saying Tua could be possibly coming back?
Yep.
I see him in fantasy that he is going to be back.
Okay.
I say it like this. Still got question marks on Tyreek Hill, but I'm going to end it like this. He hasn't been in the league very long, and with the concussions that he has suffered years, that will cause a very early retirement. This could be his very last year. And if he suffers another concussion anytime this year, he's pretty much done, and he will be forced to retire, just like Carolina forced Luke Kuechly to retire.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave that alone. So more right now, it's going to be on what the offensive line going to do, what Coach McDaniel's going to do. Okay, is he going to get this man, let this man get out here and pass? Is he going to say, hey, look, is this run the play, don't get out here and try to change up plays, try to be superhero, no man like that. Because if he does, I don't even want to say it.
So
I might kill that man right there, literally on the field, just like Hamlin died on the field.
Yeah.
revival.
Yeah.
So we can go on to the next one with that, bro.
You call that game a toss up though?
I'm saying like this: Dolphins and the Cardinals. The Dolphins gonna make it a game.
Okay.
But I think the Cardinals gonna win by 3 points.
My man, I like that. Yeah, I feel you. We'll make them solid predictions later in the week though.
Sure.
Yeah, but once again, man, it's the Underground Sports. You know what I'm saying? We live, calling to the show. Next up, man, I got a couple. I'm gonna just name off the rest of the game since we didn't really get to them. I'm gonna just name them all off. We get the rest of the schedules: the Steelers and the Giants, Panthers versus the Broncos, the Chiefs versus the Raiders, the Saints got the Chargers. The Lions at the Titans, Ravens go to the Browns, and the Jets go to the Patriots, man. Now, there's still some big names up in there. Even though these games ain't marquee matchups, a lot of these is like kind of obvious, right? Like you everybody thinks they know who should win these games right here. Once again, Steelers, Giants, Panthers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Saints, Chargers, Lions, Titans, Ravens, Browns, Jets, Patriots. So that's 8 teams. Yeah, go ahead. Say what you got to say, because that's 8 teams. All I'm saying is, can anybody get upset up in here? Who you see for the upset? I mean, you got real quick. You got the Chiefs Raiders, who's a rivalry. Steelers coming off a big win. Is they gonna go to sleep against the Giants? Can the Panthers wake up on the Broncos? The Lions going to stay the Kings? Man, the Titans got a little decent defense. Ravens, Browns, Jets, Patriots. What you think?
I don't see one matchup that would be an upset alert.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it strongly and proudly. The Steelers will most likely beat the Giants because they have a reemergence of Russell Wilson.
True.
I'm gonna skip the next one because I don't even want to say that who's gonna win that game. I'm gonna go straight next to the Chiefs. That's another easy, favorable matchup right there for the Chiefs. Because I already been and said they're going undefeated, so that's another easy little win from the Papa might even blow them the hell out. The Saints, the Chargers. Alright. That right there could be an upset alert, but what upset would it cause? I mean, neither one of them are leading their division. Both of them just took suspect-ass losses with. One of them took a suspect loss within the division, though. But they took a suspect loss.
Yeah.
Then you got the Lions come to dismantle the Titans, like break them down like they shrunken. Then you got the Ravens versus the Browns without Deshaun Watson, who really ain't done shit all season long anyway. Before he got hurt. Then you got the Jets versus the Patriots. And you know, I should go ahead and just say, the Jets gonna win that game right there because the Patriots, I feel kind of sorry for them, but I don't feel sorry for them. They deserve to lose. It's time for them to lose. They've been winning too long. You got too many fans. Okay, shut them down. Jets is right at a redemption game. Hopefully they put something together and practice at training in camp.
True.
Or in practice. To say, okay, we're going to split up our passes and our reps between Devonta Adams. They got 3, right? They got 3 nice receivers.
They really do.
You know, each one of them now has became Aaron Rodgers' old ass go-to man.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about any one of the games, plus they got a running game and they got a defense. I just don't understand why they got a record like the way they do.
Aaron Rodgers ain't playing well.
That part.
Playing like he's 40. Think he could be Tom Brady, and you ain't Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And you ain't Tom Brady. Now, maybe if you focus a little more, instead of just living off your talent like you always did, That's the difference between Brady and all these other dudes. That's why Brady could do it at 40 and 41 and 42.
You gotta control mind.
Yeah, you gotta control mind, no doubt. But yeah, look, the way I look at it, one of these teams gonna get upset. Hopefully not. This is a nice little parlay. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game parlay that you should win. You should win. You put $100 on that. I don't know how much you gonna get, but at least probably like $12, $13, $1,400. You put $1 on this game right here. You know what I mean? So, all these games right here. But who's gonna get out on who? Now, the scary one I think is the Browns and the Ravens. Okay, because it's a divisional game. Semi-rivalries because they're really the Browns and the Browns. We all know that the Ravens got stolen, so they don't like each other either. Browns kind of ain't good right now, but they're going through some changes. Nick Chubb is back. And like you said, Deshaun Watson, even though he was their starting quarterback, he really was only starting because he was getting paid big money. So if you can get in there with Jameis Winston, whoever they start, they played Dorian Thompson last week after he got hurt, but everybody was saying they should have let Jameis Winston play, and I don't know yet who's playing, but a lot of people's liking Jameis Winston right now. So who knows if the Ravens get a little sloppy, get a little happy, and the Browns show up, and they kind of galvanizing together because they laughed and booed Deshaun Watson, and when he was hurt, the fans was pretty much happy that he was hurt. Like, that's the only way he was going to get the hell out of there. And it was fucked up. So I think the team's going to be motivated to win for themselves, not the fans even at all, but just motivated to motivate themselves. It's the Ravens coming to town. We ain't got nothing to lose. We sad anyway. Let's fuck up the Ravens. Those is how upsets happen. And that's why I was looking at Chiefs and Raiders a little bit, but they ain't got no motivation. Raiders ain't got no motivation.
I got one. I'm looking at one right now. I like, and I said it, that the Jets will win, but I'm looking back at it more, and I'm trying to just...
Patriots, though, man. Look, your boy, you keep sleeping on your boy.
Right.
You keep sleeping on your boy, Drake May. Look, the Patriots defense is going to gel back together at some point. But they gotta score. You gotta score some points. And Drake May can pass the ball. Drake May can pass the ball. He just gotta put the game together.
He gotta get his. He gotta merge a wide receiver. They gotta merge with a running back that's just gotta show me something. I mean, Drake May can't do everything.
Yeah.
He can't do it all.
True.
He can't do it all. Oh, but, like we just said a couple of seconds ago, an upset alert would be more of Aaron Rodgers fucking the game up.
Yeah. The Patriots defense.
Putting your defense in positions that they cannot defend at certain points of the field. Come on, no. But if they, alright, so if the Jets score a touchdown, right? They get down the field, and the Patriots, alright, so they kick it off, and there you go from there. Now, if the Patriots can't rebound and score another touchdown, then it's game over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if Aaron Rodgers throws a pick on his side of the damn field, guess what? What defense? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 can stop anything with these type of offenses right now.
And I'll tell you, the Jets, man, they ain't really blocking well. Just to add on to what you're saying, they're not blocking well. So you can have Aaron Rodgers, you can have Devontae Adams, you can have all that. And that's why I'm talking about adding offensive line to fantasy football. It matters.
You got too much. You're right. You said that. You're right. I agree with you on that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to approve what you were saying, and I get what you were saying with that.
No doubt.
Yeah, that will make us a lot of points. That will make us a lot of points. Because you'll get points basically you get points off the wide receiver, the running back, the quarterback. Yo, Rich, that would probably be dangerous.
Dangerous. That's another strategy to the game, bruh.
You be having daggone ridiculous numbers of fantasy, like 3,000-4,000 points.
Nigga,
What?
I got the best offensive line. So basically, it don't matter what running back score. My offensive line's gonna get points for it as long as they on the same team.
The thing with that right there, with that whole matchup, I'm gonna look at this right here closely. Alright, so the Steelers is playing against the Giants. Neither team has a dominant number one running back. Panthers is playing against the Broncos, but the Panthers have the number 5. No, both of them got good running backs. They both in the top 10.
Okay.
What's his name?
Jamal Williams.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's hard.
Yeah.
He's hard.
And then the Chiefs, the Raiders don't have Jacobs no more. They have somebody else. And then the Chiefs have somebody else. And then you go with the Saints Chargers. Now the Chargers, I can't think of that one either. But you got the Saints, they got the Alvin Kamara. They could be upset right there, but it would be upset only against the head coach.
Yeah, it really ain't. This ain't the biggest. This is probably last on the list really for to call it an upset. I mean, the record would make it an upset. Vegas got to make somebody the underdog. So basically, I'm gonna guarantee you that the Saints is the underdog in this game if you betting. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this in a kind of a gambling way because you make more money when you pick an upset. You know what I mean?
Upset is the Titans winning that game.
That's the money maker right there. If you could pick the upset and put some good money on it, or even just a couple dollars, you could just, if you put $5 on an upset and you come out with $25, can't lose.
I'd say the Titans is more the upset in that game than
that would be a huge upset.
Than the Saints. It really is. Even though both of them don't have good records, but if you look at the amount of progression on their offenses, you got Alvin Kamara that's still out there doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So their offense is up there in the top 10, even though they do got a lot of injuries. So if you
their quarterback's hurt. Their quarterback's hurt.
Yeah, their quarterback hurt.
So basically, this is Justin Herbert versus Rattler. What's his name? He's a rookie, bro. Like, that's why I'm saying the Chargers. It would be this. Say that again.
No, you talking about who's the Titans quarterback?
No, the Saints quarterback. The Saints versus Chargers. I'm saying the Saints would be the upset team because they're playing with their rookie quarterback, who's the backup, because Derek Carr is hurt. And the Chargers got Justin Herbert. The way I'm looking at it, Justin Herbert should definitely be able to take care of the Saints without their starting quarterback.
One thing the Saints do have is a very nasty ass defense.
A little bit. They've been playing funky though. They ain't been right. I would agree with you like 3 weeks ago. I would agree with you.
Their offense system in favor of a matchup could be sorry.
Yeah.
When the offense puts the defense
that's true.
in a bad position, that always I can't make it up. I didn't went to 5 games, and I've seen it happen in plain view. So
unless you the Steelers, our defense ain't never in a bad position. Never. We get it on. Steelers is hard.
Oh God. I also told you about those Steelers that when y'all got that on Dante Jackson, oh my God, why did you trade with the Steelers? Your best cornerback?
They needed some offense, and y'all still need some offense. Y'all needed some offense.
But now they want to trade him, and we just got him from y'all.
What you think about what they talking about with Bryce Young starting this week down there?
Oh my God, yo, man! All right, so Andy Dalton got into the accident with his family, and so he's got a sprained thumb from the accident. So It's like, so they're gonna start him. And I just read a comment, I read an article that they said that this might be the last time Bryce Young will start for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, what they saying, dude?
They said basically that if he don't come out there and perform and shocks the damn nation, basically they're gonna get. He's already been talking about, I'd rather be traded. I want to get traded because they're not giving me the opportunity. Shut up, but you had 17 games or 15 games last season.
Yeah.
Plus the beginning of this season, shut down. You ain't doing nothing but running the fuck around.
True.
I mean, if you want to play fantasy, you can pick the Broncos defense because they're gonna give you about He's gonna give you 3 interceptions to that defense.
Right.
And about 4 or 5 sacks. If he does none of that, my jaw, I will bury it in the ground.
Yeah.
Real. I can't make this up because he was just actually, my jaw would have to just drop to the ground. All he's going to do is run. And the defense ain't going to back him up for 2 dead cents flying. They ain't going to sit here and make Bo Nix look like he is the rookie of the year.
Yeah, Bo Nix is definitely looking decent. If he keep it up,
yeah.
I don't know about rookie. Yeah, it's a tight race right now. We definitely know that. It's far from over.
I ain't saying he's the rookie of the year.
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. They gonna make you look like that day, though.
That boy, he might throw 4 touchdowns. He might not get the yards. He might not get the yards with the touchdown.
But
like
yeah,
4 touchdowns, 160-some yards passing.
Right.
But the running game, the running defense, they're gonna get ran all over. Oh my God, Carolina got so many injuries, but the injuries don't mean nothing.
Right.
The next man up to step up, but they don't have anybody worth. Oh my God, that's an error.
So that ain't no upset. I think if the Panthers can wake up on defense, they can play. If they can have a day on defense, they can play well enough. But they got to go to Mile High, and that's across the country too. I don't know, man. It ain't looking good. You right. We'll talk about that Sunday though. We'll make that fine because I don't know why I want to go with the Panthers, low key. But we'll talk about that Sunday.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
No doubt. That
the Panthers can beat the Broncos.
No, Broncos defense is tight too, man. That's crazy.
I just can't see it. I cannot see it. How Bryce Young being like I could have said.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, you're right. That's the problem. I
said, oh yeah, with Andy Dalton.
It's over.
Yeah, we got a chance. But no.
It's over. Yes. But that would be the upset of the upsets and all upsets for sure. But all right, quick question for you before we get out of here, man. Let's get down since we went over all these games. I might as well hit you up with a almost preseason or this week. Fuck it, because I'm probably make you do it every week. Give me your top 5. Last night you gave me top 5 MVP, right? Give me your top 5 power ranking. Top 5 and start from 5.
Alright, give me about 10 seconds. Alright, so you got so many injuries going on at certain positions that would help elevate a team to a certain power ranking. But when you look back at, you gotta add up health-wise and the whole 9 yards. So I'm gonna get right to it. Power rankings, first of all, at number 5, I'm gonna say the Eagles.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna say the Eagles is at number 5.
I'm listening.
At number 4, keeping at the reemergence of, like I said, my boy, we'll keep it in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh.
True.
They are up there. The defense has always been there. Not a lot of teams is really shutting up the you know, coming in there and blow y'all out. You ain't putting up a lot of numbers on Pittsburgh. You can forget that.
I'm looking at it right now. Pittsburgh got 101 points allowed. And the Ravens got 180 points allowed.
I was getting ready to say the Ravens next, but
Right.
damn, you just destroyed that.
Well, no, it's still 5-2 though. Now, here's the big difference. Here's the other difference. Now, this is the backwards one. Points forced. The Ravens got 218, but the Steelers got 161.
That part.
Yeah. So sometimes when you give up points, you give the other team the ball back so they can score too. So don't let that mirage hit you. But what I was just trying to point out, that 101 is like real low. Because even the Bengals gave up 166 and the Browns gave up 162.
But you got to think about one thing. You said two low numbers for Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
That is good and not good. So the reasons why they're at the position where they're at is because at least the Ravens, if they can't stop you on defense, they're gonna definitely keep the team to drive the damn ball.
True story.
So, yes, sir. I got them at my number 3 spot.
True.
So, what did I say? Number 5, Philadelphia. Number 4, Pittsburgh. Number 3, Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
2 divisions in those 2 teams.
You must be going back to the
And
NFC.
then, huh?
No, I said you must be going back to the NFC, but go ahead.
No, well, I am going back to the NFC. You're absolutely right. Because number 2 showed up and showed out, even though they lost their best defensive player, and they actually lost their, last year should have been Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Hutchinson. But I like the Lions at number 2 still because they got, they got one of the best offensive lines, the second best. I'd say the second best offensive line in the whole entire NFL. Ain't nobody really saying anything about that. You just said something a second ago, and you repeated it 3 or 4 times. Said, damn, they should have an offensive line. This right here would drive you.
Bro, the Lions would be the shit, bruh.
That part.
The Lions would be the shit. The Lions, the 49ers, Seahawks, you know, yeah. I mean, Ravens, even the Eagles. Oh, yeah, man. Basically, any running back that's getting busy, you need that O-line to go with it, or you can mismatch it, you know what I mean? Or you could go week to week. You could look at the defense and be like, oh yeah, they get ran on. Let me pick their defense or their offensive line.
Right.
But go ahead, continue. You was at number 2.
No, that was number 2. Yeah, the Lions. But
Yeah.
you already know my number 1.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, man. Sitting on top of the mountain.
I've been saying this since the beginning of the season.
True story.
You know, guys, tomahawk chop.
Truth.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
But the power right is, and their power is on their defense.
Oh.
You know, the Chiefs, the NFL ain't really paying attention to their defense and the Chiefs. That's their power ranking.
Okay. See, and the only thing, obviously, the Vikings getting kicked out of your top 5 because of the loss tonight. You left out, which I can't really argue with, the Packers. They should be a little close. And then here's my real question, though: the Commanders are sitting on top of the division, but 5-2, 4-2, same thing. You just basically saying the Eagles gonna come out later. They really better than the Commanders, huh? Yeah, I'm not mad at you. No Bills.
No Bills.
Bills are sitting at 5-2. Yeah. No tech, and the Texans is suspect. I like it. I ain't mad at you, bro. Trying to think of something I would flip around, switch around. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Because who did you have at 5 again? Eagles.
The Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, Eagles getting healthy. A little dangerous.
The only reason why the Eagles is at number 5 and Pittsburgh is at number 4 is because I sat back and I had to analyze, like, yo, y'all got probably arguably a Hall of Fame head coach. You know he going into the Hall of Fame. He'll be right there with Chuck Noll. He'll be right there with Bill Howard.
Yeah.
So we can leave that right there. It's call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
And he already knew the concept of what I was saying. Like, yo, bruh, this dude said it's possible.
Right.
When you say words like possible or we're considering or we're training him or we do this, just come out and say it. He's going to start Sunday. Why fuck up with the hype? Build up that adrenaline there, but yeah, Russell Wilson. And then he comes out there and just shows the fuck out.
Talk about Russell Wilson, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think against this favorable matchup that he's playing against this week, my goodness.
You gonna do it again?
You know, yes, guys, where the Steelers at? The Giants.
Yeah, we go to the Giants though. I mean, Giants got decent defense. I've seen them play. You gotta come correct against the Giants though. They ain't no punks.
Yeah. They haven't had a good defense over the last 3 or 4 seasons, so
They're alright. Yeah. They're alright on defense.
Their offense, Daniel Jones is just now starting to click, but they got a couple of little scrappy wide receivers out
Yeah, they really do. They really do. That's what I'm saying. You can't just walk up in here and think you're gonna beat the Giants. Nah.
But I just said like this. Pittsburgh gonna beat the shit.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
You can't name any number 1 or number 2 or number 3 receiver for the Giants that's going to match up with Dante Jackson, who already has 3 or 4 interceptions. He's number 5 in the league.
I don't know, man. I think that might be where our biggest mismatch is with the receivers. I'm trying to think who their tight end is, because that matters.
Dante Jackson, you know how fast he runs?
Who?
Dante Jackson.
Oh, yeah. He nice. Don't get it twisted. We nice on defense. Do you
know how fast he runs?
What? It was 40 time?
Yes.
What is it?
It's like a 4.2. He's like literally one of the fastest D-backs on the whole entire NFL. That's why I am so pissed at why Carolina let another good at. What?
Because I told you already.
About Carolina.
Exactly. For nothing. For they 1-5 ass, yo.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, but hey, bro, that's a good top 5 though. I mean, I gotta agree with you on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. It's the Underground. Another good one, Wick. Appreciate it, dog. We out of here. You know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Check y'all later, baby. Wow.
Bye, my brother, man.